Welcome again to our little miniature dollhouse collection. Today I decided since it's Valentine's Day I would create a wreath, but I like things that are simple in that I can use them multiple ways. So this is a reversible wreath. It is one side has some jewels for Valentine's Day and the other side is a butterfly spring wreath. I use cardstock and you can use a variety of ideas. Wanted to keep it simple, something I had around the house that perhaps would be easy for you to use. So I found some cardstock that I had purchased on clearance, and you can see different types. It could be even something you've printed and you want to pick up a design from that, or you could do some watercolor on a paper and take some of that design. I used Aleene's tacky glue and clear school glue. Sorry about that. A twist tie from a package. Took the wire out and laid it on top of the circles. To create the circles, I use caps from the Aleene's tacky glue. It could be medicine caps, whatever you have around, depends on what you want to create, and cardstock. And just simply drew it out and used a hole punch to cut in the center so that I could cut around. It doesn't have to be neat because you're going to cover it up. You just need a base. And this is a rough picture, but it just shows you the covering over the twist tie. And then I just pulled the wire. You could use florist wire, whatever you have around. Just an idea. And I thought it would give a little more stability to it. Created a little loop at the top. Just simply wrapped it around. One wire. It was perfect size. And then obviously I wanted to glue it in to the center of the two pieces of the circles. Could have done a heart, but I wanted to do a circle. And then I just simply glued and laid the wire on top. And it's very simple. I put it on a paper towel on top of wax paper. I don't like messes. Pictures aren't the best, but at least it's an easy cleanup. So then you can just see. And it's rough, but again, you're not going to see it. So those are the two pieces on top of each other. So it gives you a sturdy base. Then I looked for ideas, and I had a hole punch. Didn't have a heart, but I had a butterfly, so I thought the other side could be a spring effect. And then I had a singular hole punch because I wanted to keep a base to this. And you can see I cut out little circles of different colored cardstock. You could even use greeting cards that you have stocked up for a while that you don't want to keep as a memento. So I cut out quite a bit of the butterflies. This cardstock I'm using actually has two sides to it, which I thought was cool. So I didn't have to do extra work. I could just flip the butterflies or the circles the way I wanted. Laid the circles around, and for an Easter theme, you could do the same. If you could get an oval punch, that'd be perfect, because then that would be just layer one on top of the other and create Easter egg or a bunny rabbit or whatever. So it just gives you, I figured, give a base. So I put circles all the way around and I flip them. Each, as you can see, each circle is a different design. It could be all the same. It's yours, so you do with it what you want. But again, you want to keep it light, because if it's too heavy, it's not going to stay on the door very easily, as we all know. And just showing the different layers. So you can see we're actually doing the butterfly one first. I don't know, it just intrigued me, so I thought it would be fun. So I just put layer on top of layer of butterflies on the one side and put one little jewel, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Also, because you got a space on the side, I added the butterflies to the side, just a little glue, and made them look like they were flying. And then the jewel that I talked about is, I got it actually at the dollar store. So keep in mind, you can use ribbon, string, jewels. I cut these out 2 by 2 and laid them on the opposite side of the wreath with glue. They have an adhesive, but I figured the glue would make them more stable. It's a little sticky, but it works, and you just keep adding them until you get the effect you want. And then, of course, I jumped ahead, but the butterflies I put on the sides. And when I finish this part, because I didn't want them to get crushed. So it could be anything you want. You could do pieces of fabric. You could cut out hearts. But I like the idea that it would glitter, as you can see here. I thought that would be fun. So now you see the finished piece. And there's your glitter. Not the best photo, I apologize, but I wanted you to see the bling. A lot of us like the bling. And it was fun. So here we have it. I had actually found a little hook that's a plastic hook from one of the craft stores. And, I just always keep my eyes open when I'm out looking around to see what would be tiny enough that I could put on a door as a hook. And it works beautifully for the wreaths. And I've had this one up for probably 7 years. So it gives you an idea. The lighter the wreath, the better. So you can see the butterfly wreath, and I'll put that up for spring. And the beauty is you just flip it around. So you can have one for Valentine's Day, one for the springtime. I can even go on through the summer and hope to work on other themes. I had a Christmas wreath before. I just haven't made too many. I have also made a seashell wreath with air clay. And if you'd like to see how to make that, I'd be glad to show you. It's just a lot of fun. It's actually quite enjoyable. And you take those scraps that you've been collecting and turn them into art. And it's fun to do with children. It's just a really cool thing. So you can see the Valentine wreath on the door. And if you don't like the idea of the butterflies, that's fine. It's just, I just want to play with it and see. And as you can see on our door, in front of it, I have a little card a friend made. She just used cardstock and a punch and some ribbon and put a little heart, 2 hearts together, which I thought was such a sweet idea. And I just thought it'd be fun to put on the front door to celebrate. So just showing you a side view of the butterfly wreath. And just enjoy. Those are the flowers in the window box of my Victorian house. Actually, it's the colonial, sorry. Made of polymer. These are some cupcakes made from polymer clay that I created and decoupaged some chairs in my little bakery, and that's another video if you'd like to see it. Made giant cupcakes for a Valentine theme we did years ago, and of course you can't have a tea party without your little bears and dolls, and that whole tea set was a kit, the table and the benches. These are some sweets that I've made over the years. I think one's a gift, but the rest I've made out of polymer clay. And you got candies, cookies in a cookie jar. And again, there's another video that goes into detail. Just thought it'd be a great way to end our video with all the sweets of Valentine's Day, happy memories, being around loved ones or communicating with loved ones, thinking of all of the family and friends that we love so dear and this beautiful world we're in. And I hope you have a very special day. Thanks for watching. Hope you'll come back.